Hello, hello, my beautiful sacred masculines and anybody else who finds their way to this channel. Welcome to another episode of Deep Penetration with Star. This is the show where we get deep into some really juicy topic around sacred sexuality with the intention of helping us to open more fully into our sacred sensual and sexual energies and helping to release what is no longer serving us around our sexuality, unhealthy belief systems, old patterns and thoughts that permeate and get in the way of our really fully connecting with ourselves, with our own beautiful bodies, with our own sexual energy, with a partner if we choose to do so, with source and with the divine. That's a really big piece. So thank you so much for being here. Today is feeling definitely pretty deep. We are going in. I've been getting messages coming through during my practice and as I've been creating teachings for our upcoming pilgrimage to India. This is a really freaking powerful time of release right now. The astrology is huge for release. There's so many aspects of the planetary cosmic energy that is supporting release right now, and all of these solar flares that are coming onto the planet to really elevate our frequency, bring in new light codes, and in doing so, in bringing in the light, bringing up those frequencies, the old frequencies, those lower vibrational dense frequencies simply cannot exist in the higher vibe frequencies. It's just not a match. So things are clearing away right now, really kind of rapid fire for those of us that are into it, right? I mean, some people are still clinging to the old ways, or they're not on the same path, and that's totally fine. That is absolutely fine. But this is for those of us that are really looking to step into a new way of living, step into a new way of connecting with our gorgeous earth and with our human experience, stepping into a new, passionate, inspiring, loving, fulfilling way of connecting with each other and doing relationship, because let's face it, it just hasn't been going so well for a lot of us. We're carrying some, a lot of codependency patterns and old belief systems around relationship that just aren't serving us. So for those of you that are interested in a new way, this is for you. And these energies right now are very prevalent. Energies of clearing and release and ending are very prevalent, and it's an excellent time to work with those energies, harness those energies, get very intentional with those energies. So if this is speaking to you, let's get into it, right? So there's a lot of people are following astrology now, and it's funny because I still find myself kind of oh, should I be talking about astrology so much? But it's huge. It's a part of our experience, right? And since my whole thing is about energy and frequency, and that's how I relate to the world, and that's how I teach people to connect and to open up a new experience, is work with things as energy and frequency and vibration. And it's really a whole new way to experience our world. Quantum physics has really bust things open for us. And yes, I know yogis and spiritual energy is not new. It's what our experience is made out of. It's what our reality is made of. So of course there's been other traditions and people in previous experiences that understood this and knew how to work with it, but for our purposes and for our society, this is a new way. We're moving out of that just Newtonian physics where everything's dense, where we're separate from the planet, and everything is very objective, and that's just not the way. We're witnessing something, we're not actually a part of it, we're separate from, that's not the world we're moving into, and we're knowing now, everything's opening up for us. Our consciousness is expanding rapidly, and it's really gorgeous. So yeah. So I'm going to talk about astrology because the planets are huge energies in our experience, right? They are huge energies that affect us and that are connected to us, and that we are one with, So the astrology, when so much of it is lining up at these specific places to be very powerful clearing and release, we pay attention to that. If we're moving into a new consciousness, if we're opening up our awareness and expanding into a new way of experiencing our reality, we're going to be open to astrology and looking into that and seeing how it really works for us and how it really affects our lives and how it speaks to us and helps us to know ourselves. So I invite you into that if that's something new for you. Reach out to me if you want some support around that. I'm not going to get into an astrology lesson right now and teach you all about that, but I am happy to guide you to some places. There's some astrology channels listed in like my favorites channels. I'm not sure what the and resources. So go check those out. But there is a lot of terminology to learn, and that can throw some people off. But I'd say if you can just get past some of that terminology and listen to the wisdom that's being said, it's very freaking powerful and very relatable and very applicable to your lived experience. It just is. But it's also pretty easy to learn just enough of the basics for it to make more sense to you, because it is a new language. It is a new language if you're not used to it, right? So but try not to let that intimidate you, because it is so freaking powerful. It is so powerful, and a lot of people are coming to understand that and recognizing just how important it is to help them to evolve and grow and step into the truth of their own existence and their own experience, their own energy. It helps us to know our individual unique little energy and then step into it, right? And see also some of our blind spots, because it kind of pinpoints and helps us to see this is a tendency of this energy. And when you see that and you're like, oh, I do that. Yes, I totally do that. And now I see that that's part of my energy that I get to work with, and I can elevate that now. So it really brings in a lot of self-awareness. It's so powerful. Anyway, enough about astrology. But the astrology right now is huge for release. So we're going to step into that a bit more today if you're open to it and it's calling to you. So what's been coming through for me, and I'm leading a group of men through my 12-week program, and we're looking at ancestor healing, clearing the energies that we came in with, the inherited energies. And I was listening to another tarot reader today, and he was talking about generational, he calls them curses, but I call it more just kind of heavy, dense energy that's been stuck in our lineage. So and during my practice today, but it's a good time to clear that is what I'm saying. So energies that go way back, this is the kind of stuff with the new frequencies that are clearing out all of these old systems, all of these old patterns that have been running for generations, for thousands of years, right? This is the time to get intentional with clearing that. A lot of it's just getting cleared. So if you've been feeling a lot and you've been going through a lot and you're like, what the hell is going on? It's moving out of you, because again, when that light frequency is coming in and our frequency, our light body, our experience is changing and shifting and elevating and evolving, the heavier dense energies just can't exist in our experience like they used to. So they have to go, and we can experience a lot of turbulence and emotions and heavy stuff and confusion. Why am I dealing with this? Where is this coming from? And the feeling is this even mine? Because some of it's collective energy we have taken on that's clearing out of our system. So we can't even find a good story for it. Why am I going through this right now? Where the fuck did this come from? And it's just it really might not even be yours. So try not to create story around it. Just do what you can to allow it to move. Breath work, breath work, breath work. Eat healthy, nourishing foods for yourself. Take dandelion, a supplement or a tea, to support the clearing of the toxins and the energy. It works body, mind, and spirit. So very powerful plant to support this process. So, but yeah, try not to get attached to what's going on. Just do what you can to allow it to move through. Meditation, get good sleep, walking, connecting with the earth, putting your hand on a tree, bare feet on the ground. There's so many ways to help move this energy. Candle ritual, sex magic, really supporting the clearing, self-pleasuring into sex magic, with the intention of moving that energy out of your body. Freaking huge. Check out my sex magic series, and I just did another I've got a drum meditation also on here, and some breathwork practices to support you in your process to help clear. It's all about this right now, because this is the energy we're in, and I'm starting to appreciate that just how much so I really want to harness this for us. I want to take advantage of this before we start stepping into this new energy, this new frequency. When Pluto moves into Aquarius in November for good, there's a huge shift. There's a huge shift, and it's like kind of game on, we're stepping into the new world, the age of Aquarius. So let's take this time to really let go of what we do not want to take forward with us, right? We don't want to carry this shit with us. It's over it, done. It's a new world. It's a new world. We get to have new, juicy, sexy, passionate connections and relationships with ourselves. Sexy, juicy, passionate relationships with ourselves. Self-love, 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 self-honoring, self-care, self-nurturing, self-expression, because we're so in our power and we're so in our light, right? That's what we're moving towards. And then sexy, passionate, amazing relationships with life, right? No more victim consciousness, no more blaming, no more feeling oppressed by life and the systems. Sexy, passionate, inspiring, nourishing, fulfilling relationship with life, with the planet, with nature. And then nourishing, sexy, passionate, inspired relationships with each other, right? It's so much about that. So much about that. But we have to be in our strength first. We have to be in self-love first. We have to be in our power. We have to be passionate about ourselves and our experience before we put that onto another. We look to the other to fill the void for us. We get all passionate about that, about a relationship. We need to bring that inside first, get internal, get passionate about source, about life. And then when you're coming from that whole and beautiful place, then you're going to see that reflected back to you by the people that surround you and the people that come into your life. Right now, whatever you're experiencing with relationships is a direct reflection of your own inner world, your own inner world. If there's turmoil, if there's strife, if there's codependence, if there's unhealthy patterns, if there's, abuse, if there's whatever going on, that's a direct reflection of your own inner world. The own way you're abusing yourself, the own way you're not taking care of yourself and nourishing yourself, your own way that you're not in your power and loving yourself. It's a vibrational match. It's a frequency. It's all about energy. If you're not vibrating at a certain level, you're not going to attract in those people that are vibrating at the level you want. You're attracting in the frequency you're vibrating at. It's all about frequency match. It's that fucking simple. So if you're attracting in, if you're not happy with what's going on in your world, that could be your career, your family, your relationships, your anything. You got to look at how you're calling that in, and how how to change your frequency, how to elevate your frequency to start, and then you start aligning with the things you truly want in your life. Whew, it's getting warm in here. I'm in my little shuttle bus and just like, ooh, it's like a little tin can. Oh my gosh, and I didn't turn my fan on. So I think that's the gist of it. Like really supporting us to clear. So let's go to the cards and see what they have to say to support us in this process, in this endings. We're kind of in some beginnings. We're in between right now. Like we see some things that we want. We feel them. We know it's all there. But we're kind of still stuck in this other thing. We're still clearing. So we're not able to fully align. That vibrational match isn't fully there yet. So we're still clearing. But we're clearing so that we align and match our frequency. We're clearing out the crap that's at the dense frequency so that we are aligning with this beautiful experience and experiences that we're calling in for ourselves, that we are looking to align with. We're just working on our frequency right now. So let's do it. Let's clear some shit. So see what the cards have to say. So I was gonna light some sage, but I'm not lighting any fire right now. I'm too freaking warm for that. So we'll just thank you, sage spirits, for helping to cleanse our space. We don't actually have to light it. That's just kind of, it supports our mind to work with physical things. But if we just want to connect with that frequency of sage and that cleansing frequency, we can do so. We just set the intention and we do it. So thank you, sage, for cleansing our space so beautifully. That's part of the new world that we're stepping into, not so attached to this physical experience. We can do a lot. We're powerful beings. We don't have to do the physical like that. We don't have to be so attached to it. We can play with new ways, right? This is how I do energy healing for people halfway around the world, you know, a person in India, and I can do a session right here from my bus, because time and space and physical experience is not what we think it is. It's not necessary. We just set the intention and then we do it. Powerful, 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 powerful healing happens with my distance healing sessions. It's mind-boggling. I still can't kind of wrap my mind around it, but I don't need to. I just know it works and I just do it, and like, yeah. And I step into that truth and that reality, like breaking free. That's part of the old shit that we're letting go of too. How we relate to our experience, how we relate to this physical world, and how we relate to what we think we can and can't do. We lost touch with magic some time ago, for the most part. Not everyone, of course, but there's so much more that we can do, that we're capable of, when we break free from these old systems, the old things that are telling us it has to look like this, it has to be this person has to be in front of me to receive any sort of healing. It just simply isn't true. It isn't true. So let's push back on that. Or not even push back, maybe that's too aggressive, but let's just open and allow new ways. Open and allow. Get curious. Try something. Do you wonder about that? Like, I wonder if this might work. Try it and see, you know? Try it and see. That's what I did with the energy healing and sound healing, like from a distance. I was just like, I saw that other people could do this. I was like, well, it really appeals to me. I don't see why not. What's the worst that could happen? Nothing, you know? Like, that's it. So I practiced with somebody, and she had profound experiences and huge shifts in energy movement, and just really, it was amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, that worked. So I just kept playing with it and kept going for it, and I was like, it's still hard for part of me to like align with that. I'm like, really, is this actually happening? But I keep watching it again and again and again, you know, like the men going through this program, they get energy healing sessions every week, and they're having powerful experiences, and getting sick from detoxing, like physical issues, you know, like it's amazing to me. It's amazing. But yeah, it's a whole new world. It's a whole new world if we open and allow. Open and allow. I love that. I said push back, but I'm like, that's not really the what I'm trying to align with. I don't want to be pushing and forcing anything. We've done too much of our experience like that. That's what the capitalistic patriarchal experience is all about, like pushing and forcing and aggressing, and like, let's make this happen, and it works, you know, it works, but it's just, there's another way, you know, there's another way. It's opening, allowing and receiving, allowing that feminine energy to move in and to be more in balance with the masculine. There's a time and place for all of it. Sometimes it's time to move forward and be more assertive and action oriented, and other times we allow and we flow. That's what sacred sexuality, and for me, authentic tantra is all about, coming into that balance with the feminine and masculine within. So allowing and receiving, allowing new ways to experience the world, allowing creativity, allowing curiosity. You know, what's a new thing you might want to check out and try as we're stepping into this new world? What's been speaking to your heart? What's been calling to you that you've been like, oh no, I can't do that, or I'm scared of that? There's a reason it's calling to you. Honor that, open into that, allow that into your world. All right, thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, Father Sun. Thank you to all our beautiful planetary energies, so gorgeous. Thank you to our spirit guides and helpers. Open to your wisdom, open to any guidance that you have for us. Thank you to our plant spirits, beautiful plant allies, animal allies and spirits. Thank you. Thank you to the archangels, ascended masters, anybody that you connect with, anybody we connect with. Thank you for all of your help and support. So grateful. And thank you to these beautiful bodies of ours for this amazing experience here on Earth. Our temples, these gorgeous, beautiful temples. Oh my gosh, they allow us to do so much. They are so amazing. So freaking amazing. I love them. All right, thank you. Beautiful cards. Any words of wisdom to support us in this clearing and release process? We just had a very powerful full moon in Capricorn at the 29 degrees of Capricorn, and 29 degrees is that end point of each sign, and there's a lot going on at 29 degrees at different signs right now. Those last few degrees of of the zodiac, or the signs, I guess, each specific house. Really, really, really powerful. That's part of what's going on here. But that full moon was big and illuminating, so I wonder what may have come through for you on that. And this is a great time. We're still, right as I record this, in the energies of that full moon. It lasts for a little while, so set intention to release anything that isn't serving your highest good. If you know specific things you want to release, again, though, I really feel like kind of this inherited trauma, old patterns of sexual abuse, of war violence is what came through for me today, and war violence that's in the family, any sexual abuse patterns that are in the family, emotional and psychological abuse patterns in the family, codependency, survival trauma, people that immigrated here and really had to try to survive, or people that were here and were annihilated, so shit, there's a lot of heavy dense energies hanging out, that these are the things that are ready to clear. These are the things, and we don't need to have to know specifics. I just set the intention this morning when I was doing my ritual, like clearing any sexual abuse trauma. It came through, my ancestors were like, okay, we need some support around. It was sexual abuse trauma, it was war, violence, and trauma, and yeah, that survival trauma. So that was really interesting that all came through. I was just like, okay, so really helping to clear that from my own lineage, and again, like from the planet, right? To elevate all of us. You can always set that intention to include everybody, all of humanity. I don't want that energy for any of us, Let's move out of that experience of being human. We're elevating. Okay, we got our first card. Thank you, cards. Card number 2. Ooh. Card number 3. Wow. Okay, we have our cards. Let me take a moment to just kind of like take these in for a second here. They always kind of tell a story for me. I just see like a progression of the energies usually. This is, first we have here the 4 of Pentacles, and this guy, and he's got a crown on. So I'm seeing this as, look at, and he's holding on pretty tightly. He's holding on pretty tightly to a lot of this stuff, and there's that little city in the background. But this to me right now is speaking to me as kind of like the old patriarchal stuff that we're moving through, and allowing a release of that. Like, what are you clinging on to? What are you holding on to based on just all that we just talked about? What are some of those old systems and old beliefs that you're really clinging to, or that maybe your family has clung to? Because again, I'm feeling a real like bigger generational clearing right now for all of us if we set the intention to do so, if that speaks to you. But yeah, where are you holding on to some, clinging tightly to some belief systems? And around, for me, the Pentacles in sacred sexuality, as I'm doing readings around sacred sexuality, this is the body a lot. So again, like maybe these old belief systems, old energies that are stuck in your body that you've been holding on to, old beliefs around sexuality and what that's supposed to look like, and how you can express and how you can be in your sexual energy, how you can be in your sexual power. And I was going to say into relationship, but maybe not necessarily. But of course, these energies affect relationships, right? So, but where can you let go and really like sit with yourself? This is a great time to journal too. Like, what are my beliefs around sexuality? What is getting in the way? Where do I have hangups around my sexual energy? Where do I limit myself and restrict myself? Where do I keep myself small? Where do I shun and shame my own sexuality? Where do I feel embarrassed about my sexual energy? Where do I feel like I need to not say anything to a partner? Where am I afraid to share parts of myself? And where am I afraid to just really own what turns me on and what I like, and what do I want to experience, with myself, with another, etc. So really looking into that and journaling, exploring, opening into where you can let go, sit, meditate, breathe, like open, or just like listen. We can just sit be still and kind of inquire, but allow some time for that to come through. Because sometimes we'll just sit there like, okay, so what do I need to let go of? And like, oh, nothing came through, so I don't know. Just like we don't allow the process. We're trying to start moving more into our feminine energy, allowing our intuition, allowing ourselves to listen to our body, listen to our experience, listen to our emotions, listen to what's going on, trying to move out of the mind so much and just open to a new experience. Listen to spirit, listen to source. What might be coming in? What's coming in from your guides? What's coming in from your higher self? What's coming in from any animal spirits that you connect with? What's coming in from maybe the plants? Like I started working with dandelion and started talking to dandelion, and the information that came through, the wisdom that started coming through was just like, again, mind-boggling. And these are also like new things for so many of us, like talking to plants and listening to the wisdom, like what, and then trusting what comes through. So many of us, like maybe we've had some of these skills our whole life, but they were shut down. We're like, oh no, you're crazy. Oh no, don't listen to that. What are you talking about? That's not okay. That's devil stuff. I don't know. In the churches, that they'll shut that stuff down. Or maybe it just wasn't supported in your family. These skills and this intuition and magic, it's not new. Nothing's new here. It's just been repressed and shut down, and for whatever reason, who knows why, but now we're moving out of that, right? We're opening up more now. Maybe it's so we appreciate it more. I don't know. Maybe it's just for the fun and the journey of opening up to it again, right? It's kind of exciting when we start like experiencing these new things coming in new to us. Like, it's awesome. It's a fun ride. So maybe it's just nothing more than that, just to have some fun with this. So who knows? But listen, allow the information to come through when you do some self-inquiry, and when you open up to stuff like this, allow the messages to come through and trust what comes through. Don't let your mind come in to override it. That's what we've been doing for too long now. Just trust it. I get messages that come through and I'm like, really? And it's just like doing the healing sessions. Like, I get messages that come through for my clients, and I'm just like, at first was like, what the hell? I'm not going to say this. This is so strange. Like, where did this come from? And I'm like, okay, I'm going to tell this person what came through. And I tell them, and it makes perfect sense. And it's just like, oh, yes, absolutely. Thank you for that. That makes so much sense. I was just like, so now I just learned to trust the process. I'm just like, okay, I don't know. This sounds crazy, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to say whatever this is, it's coming out. And so I trust myself too when I get messages just like, that sounds crazy. My mind wants to come in and change it for me, but it's just like, no. I'll allow that and explore that and open to that new way of experiencing the world, right? A new way of experiencing myself. Then we move into here. This is the 8 of Swords. She is really bound and trapped by all of her thoughts and belief systems and just really stuck in that crap. Really stuck in it. So again, that ties into for here, but this is the mind. This is more for me kind of like the body and our material experience. This is again for sacred sexuality, this is our belief systems, again, unhealthy belief systems that we're stuck in, that we are tethered to. Like, oh my gosh, we got to break free. So this is again about release. So look at the thought patterns, look at your thoughts around sexuality and sexual energy. It really ties in with the first card. It's really about time to let go. But we can't let go of what we don't know what we need to let go of, right? I mean, we can set the intention to release and just say, I set the intention to release that which is not supporting my highest good. Call in your angels, call in your guides, ask for support, and ask for them to like show you what do I need to know and see right now. That's a great way to do that too. But some of this stuff is so unconscious and so deep, we can't put words to it. We don't know. And if we were totally conscious of it, we'd be clearing it out, right? That's what my program is all about. It's helping to bring this stuff to the consciousness, bring it up to our awareness, and then like, oh, now I can work with that in a healthier way. Now I can actually let go of that and clear it and work with that energy. But if we don't know, we don't know, right? So that's why it takes some self-reflection, some introspection, some journaling. I can't say enough about journaling. You can just start writing the prompt, like, What are the unhealthy belief systems around my sexuality that are not serving me? And then just kind of free write and see what maybe comes up for you. See what comes up for you. I've been meaning to post. I have a huge list of weird belief systems that we've all taken on from around our sexuality. And it's like, I have compiled this huge, crazy list. And I need to post that and share that with everybody so you can see that and like, oh my gosh, yes, I am rocking that out. I didn't even think about that, but I am doing that for sure. So, self-reflection, and then when we do this, open into this brand new world. Here's the fool. He's just like, I don't care, I'm going for it. I'm just like so confident and positive and inspired, and the sun is shining, and I got my little doggy, I got my little pack, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to adventure and see what happens. This is just a fresh, brand new energy. So that's what we're moving into when we release all this stuff. We get this total freedom. And open to your curiosity, open to the exploration, open to the adventure. You know, we really shut ourselves down from so much of our experience. We really do. So just open. Where can you open more to this new adventure? And what happens when you let go of these belief systems and these old ways of doing, old ways of relating, old ways of communicating? You know, too, the swords is like it's an air energy. So old ways of communicating about sexuality. A lot of us are really hung up around communication. This is like, we need some throat chakra support. If you need support around that, working with your throat chakra, opening up to that, please reach out. I work through all the chakras, right? That's a huge thing. That's where our energy is. Our energy, we emit out of our chakras. Our chakras are our source. You know, we come out of those. My teacher used to say, she's like, we don't have chakras, chakras have us. So we are expressing from out of our chakras, out of it. We come out of that. So when our chakras are stuck, stagnant, blocked, dense, heavy energy, and not functioning properly, that's our experience. But when we start opening that energy up and allowing it to flow and really clearing that stuff out, then we have a whole different experience, body, mind, and spirit. So, and then we have here the Knight of Cups. And this is, I've heard it said, like the romantic of the deck. He's just like calmly, confidently walking in with his gorgeous cup of emotions and intuitions. The cups is that sacred feminine energy, right? It's the water element. It's beautiful. But what I'm seeing, what I'm intuiting right now is that this is about self-love. This is about self-love, romancing ourselves, being just in so much love with ourselves and confidence, just standing strong, not rushing ahead, just like, yep, I'm so in my power, I'm so confident, and I've got a total hold on my emotions, and love is flowing. I'm just so in love with myself and with the world and with my experience. That's what happens when we let go of these dense frequencies. We open into love. And then here's the King of Cups, what kind of like just flows right from that, you know. Again, mastery of the emotions, mastery of our experience, mastery of our intuition, mastery of like connecting to our intuition, allowing it. It's a very healthy balance. This is the sacred feminine, sacred masculine right here. This masculine, sacred masculine, is very in touch with his sacred feminine energies, and he allows it and he connects with it and he lets it flow. He's always checking in with himself, and like, you know, it's a beautiful balance of all of the energies. And then, oh, perfect, playing off of that, we move into the Emperor, which is total sacred masculine energy, totally in his power, in his confidence, in his courage, just like owning it, rocking it, nothing to be fearful of, not acting from a place of fear, acting from his heart. Everything is a heart-based, strong, holding space, safe, beautiful, powerful energy. A master of his own reality, a master of his creation. He's got nothing to worry about. He's just totally confident in himself. He's done his work. He knows, you know, he's done the clearing. It's amazing. This is a gorgeous reading. I'm going to look it over again to see if I've missed anything. with the Fool card, I'm just seeing a lot of trust. You know, we really have to trust this process for ourselves and not get into our mind about it, and not you know. And this is with these cups energies, with masculines in the cups. This is really allowing that sacred feminine energy, allowing our intuition, and allowing love and a healthy connection with our emotions, allowing emotions to move through and not getting stuck in those either. But a healthy relationship with our emotions. And then just such a mastery here, a mastery of the masculine energies. You know, and I'm seeing here with the swords energy, this is a feminine, this is a woman tied to these. Where are you rocking out some wounded feminine energies, and where are those in your experience, in your relationships? How have you related to wounded feminine energies? How have they expressed in your relationships? How have they expressed in your family? As we're looking at clearing out some bigger energies for our ancestors, for other generations, for the collective, and within ourselves, how all of that is showing up in ourselves, because we are a conglomeration of our ancestors, of the collective, of all the societal systems that we grew up in, and all of our own beautiful energies too. But we're a conglomeration of all of this. We're all of this. We're very complex beings. You know, we've got so much going on. So much going on. There's no black and white. It's so much going on. So where have those wounded feminine energies showed up for you and in your relationships? Again, that's the mirror. Whatever you're rocking out in your relationships, you got to see that in yourself. You got to see how that played out in your family. We often, because those are the energies we start rocking out, we learn them from our family, and then we repeat them in our relationships because we took them on. We took on those energies into our own experience. We learned them and we embodied them, and we marinated in those energies, whatever we grew up in. So then, of course, again, it's all frequency, it's all vibration. We're gonna draw in something that matches our frequency. So anything, any wounded feminine, any toxic feminine energies you're experiencing in, and this goes vice versa, whoever's watching this, whatever, you know, relationship, gender spectrum, you know, it's wounded feminine, wounded masculine, whatever you're calling in, whatever you've got going on in your relationships, that is your own frequency. So see that. I mean, this is for, you know, I always say sacred masculine. I mean, that's my target, my focus. I love the masculine. I'm just so passionate about supporting men. I just, like, that was what lights me up. But anybody's connecting with this information. It's not, you know, it's universal. But so with that being said, with the wounded feminine, where is that showing up in your relationships? And you really gotta see that in yourself. You've got to turn it around. That is the mirror, and we project our shit out onto people. So whatever's being reflected back to you, whatever's showing up in your experience, you gotta look at that, and you gotta go inside, and you gotta say, how am I expressing this? How does this show up in me? How does that same energy, and it might have a different flavor, it might look very different, you know, but it's the same kind of maybe neediness or clinginess, control issues, not expressing your emotions in a healthy way, shutting down, repressing emotions, emotional abuse, maybe verbal abuse, you know, any way that this is showing up for you. Somebody being distant, somebody not really being present with you. How are you doing that with them in your own way? You know, we got to see this stuff in ourselves, and it often looks different, and we're so close to it because it's us that it's really hard to see. So we need to take some time to, like, sit and reflect and go inward. And that's what, you know, that's what this path, this spiritual journey is all about, and sacred sexuality and tantra, going inward, seeing what it is, learning ourselves, know thyself, right? And then we can make those changes and start aligning with what we truly want, with the life we truly want, with the energies and frequencies we truly want to surround ourselves with, those gorgeous, passionate, beautiful, nourishing, inspiring, sexy relationships we really long for. But we gotta be that person first. We gotta do our own work. So yeah, where is the wounded feminine showing up for you, and where can you let go of that? And this to me is like the wounded masculine. So really really attached to the old ways of being. So that's what's coming through as I look again. And yeah, getting curious, a fresh new start. I'm just like, that's just so excited. And having the confidence and the trust and the faith to just take that leap, right? To just take that leap into the unknown, into the void, into this new way of being and doing whatever's calling to you, whatever's speaking to you, right? There's a lot of trust here, so much trust. So, yeah, and then love, 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 just moving forward from a place of love, self-love, self-love. I love this. I think this is really beautiful for us. I think it's very empowering. It's very, very spot on. If you need any support around this kind of clearing, this is an excellent time for energy work and sound healing to support the process, you know, right? I mean, really get in there. And again, check out my drum meditation. I just did a general support clearing for everybody, and the breath work in an individual session with me is just going to really pinpoint and target whatever it is that you are working with and really get in there much deeper, and it just goes to a whole nother level. So yeah, if you're curious about that, check out my website and you can read more about that, and you can read some testimonials from people I've had that experience and gone through my programs and all sorts of good stuff. So amazing things, amazing stuff happens when we really start working with this energy and this frequency. But again, breath work and meditation, whoo, and that drum meditation, so good, so good. I'll try to remember to put links below, but it's on my site. It's not that, or on my YouTube channel. It's not hard to find, not hard to find. We have our Tantra and Transformation, a sacred masculine pilgrimage to India, coming up in November of 2024, and we are really going to be connecting with some powerful energies in India, powerful sacred feminine and sacred masculine energies. I've been starting to talk about that a little bit more, like some of the sacred masculine temples, iconography, symbolism, and purpose of why we're going to India, what happens when we're there, the transformation, the power of the place, and the beauty of the sacred sexuality, rituals and connections that we're going to have, and really getting into our sensuality, opening up our sexual energy, opening up to greater sensuality, opening up to a more harmonious balance with our own sacred masculine and sacred feminine within, really clearing this stuff out and doing a ritual, drum meditation, visiting temples, eating amazing food, and just connecting so beautifully. And there'll be teachings, and it's such a powerful, it's a powerhouse of awakening and transformative experiences. Like, oh my gosh. So when you're ready to take this to the next level, and this is also beautifully timed for a super powerful clearing with Pluto in the last degree of Capricorn as he moves back in. It's some final clearing, and it just couldn't be a better time for this pilgrimage to really clear out those old systems and really step into a new, empowered, passionate, inspiring way of living and being in the world and relating with others and experiencing your own sexual and sensual energies. Really, I'm just so freaking excited about this. And so yeah, I'm starting to talk about that a little bit more. If you want to learn more, please check out my website with a full itinerary, full purpose and intention, so much information. Is this for you, right? If it's speaking to you, go. Like, there's a number of questions you can look through. Like, is this you? Does this speak to you? Do you align with these questions and the purpose of this retreat, this pilgrimage? If so, let's get together, let's talk about it, let's move ahead. So check that out, and please check out my website for so many more resources to support you on your sacred sexuality journey. All the amazing videos I have here, content. If there's anything you'd like to learn more about, please message below, comment, and I would love to talk about anything you're curious about, to the best of my knowledge and wisdom. If there's something I know and can share more about, and there's something that's sparked for you today, let me know in the comments and let's explore further. Talk about deep diving. I mean, that's what we're doing here, right? So let's get in there. Let's get in there and get all juicy and deep into it. So I'm so inspired and passionate about all this. So thank you for being here. Happy full moon energy to you, and happy clearing. Happy clearing. Yes, and again, please reach out if you need more support around that. or some guidance. I offer spiritual guidance sessions as well to help you like just explore like what kind of path you might want to go on, and get some general like some foundational stuff, you know, like come up with a plan, you know, whatever might work for you. So based on where you're at, where are you at right now, where do you want to get to, then we come up with a plan. You know, it can give you some just outlines and some general like practices and tips, like this could support you to go there. So if you're wondering where to start, that's a great place too, you know. So I have a lot of stuff. Check out my website. And of course, Sacred Sexuality sessions, one-on-one sessions to explore sexual and sensual energy together. Many, many amazing offerings on my site. So bye all. I hope you have a gorgeous day. And again, happy, beautiful full moon energy. Bye.